Sonderpark interview, take one.
Hi Sonderpark.
Hello.
Hello.
Let us know who we have here, just in case someone doesn't know already.
I'm Ella Raatikainen. I'm the vocalist and songwriter for SONDERPARK.
And I'm Jonathan Oluokere, and I'm the producer for SONDERPARK.
Super nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Berlin has been a big part for Sonderpark and its identity since it started off. But how did you two guys actually end up in Berlin?
Well, it was kind of accidentally. I have a musical background. I was in music high school. I did a lot of vocal lessons, piano, theory, all sorts of things. But then I had a gap year after high school, wanting to take a little break from the huge musical bubble that I was in for years and years. And then, surprisingly, it just got stronger, the will to do music. And then I started Googling stuff from Finland and internationally as well, and then ended up finding this music university, BIM, in Berlin, and applied and got in, and ever since 2019 I've been here.
Yeah, same. I mean, my musical upbringing is also like super intense, and I've been always in music, and I started playing drums and so on. And I knew I wanted to make music, but I didn't know how. So I was kind of ambitious, but like without a goal. And at some point I just like decided, okay, I really want to do it. And then I also Googled and got my information from where I needed to get them. And then decided in 2019 to come to BIM. And that's where we met, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are all super happy you chose this path.
Yeah,
Thank
same.
you.
But how did it in the end happen that you came together as the band you are now?
Well, it took few steps actually. So we started the university around the same year,
Yeah.
and then hanged out in the same friend groups a little bit. But in 2020, I believe we gave a first shot for Sonderpark, and it was kind of a short story, ended pretty fast. But it was only because we didn't yet somehow find our workflow or something.
Yeah. I mean, in 2020 we started, and we knew from then on, we have like kind of the same ambitions, the same wishes, and also the musical style really fits, and we really like a lot of the same artists. And then we came together in 2020 to work on music, but it was kind of loosely, like there was no, okay, this is something now. And as Ella said, it ended really quite short after that again. And then in 2021 we came together again and said, okay, this time really.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing was exactly that our kind of more deep thoughts about music and our career and ambitions and stuff were hitting or fitting together so well that I just thought that this is a good business partner for me. Yeah.
But super great that your musical journey led you to each other. But individually, would you say there was something or somewhat or some who inspired you on the way?
I mean, for me, I've always been in music, and I don't know exactly always where I got my music from. But at some point, I really got into musicians and big artists, like 21 Pilots was a big thing for me. And at some point, I also broadened my musical field. So there were different people, but over the years, 21 Pilots has showed up again and again. And now it's a lot of bigger artists like Churches or Paramore, but also smaller stuff. But yeah, a lot of inspiration to take from a lot of places.
Yeah, I have actually quite similar bands also there, such as Paramore. Then also I would mention Highasakite. There's a Norwegian band. There's been a big inspiration also for Sonderpark. And then when I was a bit younger, I had this phase of listening to new generation pop divas, I would describe them, like Lady Gaga and Katy Perry. Well, I was a big fan of the costumes and the personas that they have, quite far away from what a Finnish girl, as I am, was back then, but maybe that's why it was so fascinating. And then I would mention also my previous vocal coach from Finland. She is also an entrepreneur and has a great, fantastic knowledge on business and music. And it was just so inspirational to watch it from the side and also learn from her. So, yeah.
So a lot of inspirations that led you where you're now at, and
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
to as well the unplugged version that we heard.
Yeah.
But that one actually made me wonder how you guys sound like when you're plugged in.
That is a great question,
Yeah,
actually.
that's for you.
I mean, sound-wise, since we're in the beginning of our musical journey, we have kind of the freedom to play around and like try out different things. So plugged in, I think there is a bass line underneath everything, not a musical bass line, but like a foundational or cohesive, tying everything together part. And that is kind of the genre of synth pop rock. And there's some music that goes more into the synth pop direction. Some stuff goes more into the rock direction. But I mean, as I said, we have kind of the freedom to really let ourselves just put everything we think creatively might fit together into one pool and then create what we think is like kind of missing, or how you want to call it, or at least our creative outlet. That's how we combine our music.
Yeah, I'd say that it's really not defined yet, and that's completely fine. We want to develop the sound and see where it goes.
Yeah.
But as I said, I'm not like that. I just show up and perform. Jojo is the main person to really take care of all that stuff.
But honestly, guys, in my humble opinion, you really developed a lot. You reached quite far. You brought us big news today. You have a new SONDERPARK EP coming up.
Yeah.
So what's about that? How did that happen?
I mean, the EP was in the waiting for quite some time. There were some people who already asked, like, "Hey, when can we hear like music?" And there was a phase when we started to write, and it all culminates now. Like the climax is basically coming, and it's gonna be in July. In 2022, July, the EP is gonna drop. It's called Lovesick.
Yeah, it's a 4-song EP with one acoustic version of one of the songs. And yeah, it really takes a surprisingly long time to make 4 songs.
Yeah,
You would be surprised.
I guess so. But I really love the title already, really. It's an awesome wordplay. I only know seasick and homesick, so maybe you can share a little bit what it has to do with Lovesick, actually, and how you chose this title for your EP.
Yeah, I think it really comes from the songwriting, especially lyric writing. So the EP is handling emotions such as anger, heartbreak, also self-development, or finding respect towards yourself. And love sickness, I've just somehow acknowledged through my own experiences and others around me that often this feeling of love sickness is like the essence of so many other feelings. It makes you do so many things. It makes you feel things. It makes you learn about things. So it just naturally became the title, and it's kind of an umbrella term for everything that is happening in the EP.
Yeah.
I feel you're describing really strong emotions there, and I guess you need a really strong and stable big circle that supports you. Do you feel that helped you becoming the SONDERPARK you are now?
Absolutely.
I think so, yeah. I mean, we discuss a lot of these topics with our close friends and so on. And then to say, okay, we put those into the music, and especially like for you to write the songs the way you did, there were some really deep things that you had to go through, I think. And the people we worked with who helped us define what we wanted to say were like really amazing and on the way. I mean, there were some people who helped with songwriting and so on.
Yeah, as you said, like you two, we're talking about Lily, our very good musician friend, Lily Nietzsche. That's the German names. She's a great artist and musician, and was a big help, especially for me in the lyric writing part, because I naturally tend to lean towards melodies when I write songs. So Lily was there to fill in gaps and put pieces together. Yeah. And then other people who we collaborated with. For example, Tim Boller is like I'd say, creative director in many areas.
Yeah. There's so much things that people have touched so far about Tim Boller, really on the creative side. Everything visually like has somehow in some form or the other has like touched his hand somehow. Yeah. So he's a big inspiration. But also the cover artist, the artwork we have for the EP and the single is made by Kevin Da Costa. And the workflow with him was so amazing. He really like found the essence visually what Love Sickness kind of meant and what we want to show like to the public. So he was a great person to work with as well.
Absolutely, the best hours I've ever spent in Zoom was with Kevin.
Yeah.
So it's really like a great circle.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the artwork as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
So besides the upcoming EP, is there anything else that you have planned for the future? I don't know, do you have a 2 years plan? Do you want to sign up for a record label? Is there anything you want to share?
I mean, we don't want to put exact numbers on it, but we have high ambitions actually. So we'll see how exactly those will turn out. But I mean, we're not saying no to a record deal, but we know that we have come a long way the way we have so far. But like, if the collaboration works at some point, even with a record label, that would be amazing, actually.
Yeah, I feel like the main focus is just to get more songs done and out there, and then in the end to be able to put on an actual live show. And performing live is one of the main things for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, just working on music.
Yeah, constant development.
Yeah.
So you want to leave it for all the event organizers there and all the record label owners, maybe give a little shout out.
Shout out.
Perfect. Okay, that's it. Really, thanks for being here. It was nice meeting you.
Thank
you so much for having us. Thanks.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best on your way.
Thank you.